thank Connie for reaching out to me and trusting me in front of her audience. So many beautiful ladies in here, so many familiar faces. And I don't want to take up too much of your time, but there is something I want to share to you. I want to start off by, there's quite a few people in here that I look up to. Miss Diane, she is my mentor. Paula Jackson, Karen, Reverend Moore, Janine, just so many women in here that I look up to. I look at y'all, look up to y'all as aunties. Quick story about Miss Diane, the way we met, maybe about 6 years ago. I was just getting started in business and I was excited. I had so much energy, but the confidence was a little shaken. I questioned myself a lot of times, and she had belief in me when I didn't have belief in myself. And when I think about events like this, that's what it's all about. It's about pulling up your sister when your sister doesn't have confidence in herself. And maybe about 2 years ago, we went to an event in Erie, and I had been talking to her about, I think I want to leave my full-time job. I think it's time. And we go and listen to this woman speak, who is someone else that I've come to look up to. And she said, when is your bow win date? And it just hit me like a ton of bricks. It felt like it was God telling me it's time to move. And that gave me the confidence that I needed to put a date on when I was actually going to leave my job, because I had been playing around with it for quite some time. So I was able to leave in July of 2017, and I haven't looked back. But just having this community of women, and there are women who aren't in this room who have influenced me. I'm always watching everybody, and I'm just so full by all the energy that these women have given me. And I just wonder, have any of you ever struggled with the imposter syndrome, where you know you are doing well, you know you are good at your craft, but there's something internally that tells you you're not good enough? Why are you doing this? Why should they be paying you all this money to speak? Who are you? How dare you? Has anybody ever struggled with that? Because I know I have. And a lot of times we try to run away from that imposter, but what I learned and what I talk to people who I help in my counseling practice is we can't run away from it. We can't avoid it. We have to attack it head on. We have to confront it, because it does serve a purpose. To some degree, it serves a purpose to protect us. It serves a purpose sometimes to, get us in check. So sometimes just say to this imposter syndrome, I got this. Thank you for showing up and reminding me, helping me to stay grounded, but I got this. I'm ready to work on these goals, so don't run away from it, embrace it. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about, the imposter syndrome. And something else that many of us ladies struggle with is something called the human giver syndrome. Human giver syndrome. As ladies, we are natural givers. We are groomed to be nurturers. We are groomed to be strong. We are groomed to take care of everybody else. And how many times have you heard, women have been doing it for years. They've had husbands, they've had kids. Your ancestors been through worse. Get over it. Be strong and move on. Who has been given those messages? Because I know I have, and that's something that's generational. And it's by no fault of our grandmothers or moms or great-grandmothers, because that's the messages they were received. But the buck stops here. We break those generational messages today because those are false, and we reject those. It's okay for us to say no. I was just talking to Reverend Moore about saying no. That's why so many of us are burned out, because we have a hard time saying no, and we have a hard time saying unapologetically. Saying no does not make you a bad person, a bad mom, a bad friend, a bad spouse. It means that you have boundaries, you have requirements. So we can use the word no. The word no, it's a 2-letter word, and it's super powerful. So that's probably the best self-care that we can offer ourselves. We can say no and say yes to us, because in order to be available and build communities like this, we have to be able to fill our own cups. And not just fill them, but they need to be overflowing so that we can give from the overflow. So I want to leave with you today. I encourage all of you. I saw the woman, and I thought this was a great idea. She passed around the papers for us to write something down that we want prayed on about, and that's great. I want us to take it a step further. I want you to write a non-negotiable self-care activity that you are going to practice every single day. No matter what's going on in your life, no matter what the kids want, what the husband wants, what the co-workers want, what the employees want, you're not going to go to bed at night until you do at least one thing for yourself every day. And that might mean making sure you eat lunch, getting 5 minutes of quiet time, doing some deep breathing, exercising, praying. One non-negotiable self-care activity that you are going to do for yourself, and that's going to give you the energy to be able to help other people. All right? So remember, it's not about how heavy the load is, it's about how you carry it.
All right, little girl.
Thank you.
So along the same lines,
Better and better.
Thank you.